Hey all, it's John here. I trust you are having a cracking day, whatever you're doing. Listen, I wanted to share this quick video with you all about selling high ticket with cold outreach. It's something that we've been doing for many, many years now for ourselves internally, for a whole bunch of clients, whether they're coaches, consultants, manufacturers, service-based companies, IT companies, the whole list keeps going, fitness trainers, the lot. And what I want to share with you is a couple of things that we've been doing of late, which has really been helping us and particularly our clients get more data, get more valuable data, really increase that connection and build a bit more omnipresence, that cross-channel presence that we all want to do. So if you're a small business owner that sells high ticket, then you're probably going to want to see what this looks like. And as always, if you've got questions, reach out. We're happy to run through this with you. And if you like this type of content, just go and make sure to subscribe. It always helps us drive more videos like this. All right, so let's dive into it. Let me have a quick look here. What we're going to do is, as always, we're talking about LinkedIn outreach here. So I want you to think about LinkedIn as just this gateway, particularly if you're in the B2B space. It's a gateway for you to identify, find, and connect with other business professionals, ideally businesses that have a problem that you can go and solve with. Now, if you are using LinkedIn for monetary gain, okay, so you want to jump on LinkedIn, you want to make some money from it, you need to, in fact, you must go and spend the money, invest the money and get Sales Navigator. Now, if you're wondering what Sales Navigator is, we've got plenty of other videos around that, but in a nutshell, it helps you really go and implement with sniper-like accuracy, pinpointing down to really refine that target audience. So you remove all the wasted effort in connecting with the wrong people. So for the space of about $100 or a cost of $100 a month, in order for you just to really refine that focus, that energy, that effort that you're putting in to make sure that you're connecting with the right people, then it's worth its weight in gold. So once you've got that targeted search, that Sales Navigator search loaded up, what you're going to do is come and see us, and you're going to utilize our Connect platform through Chat to Clients, and this is going to help you with that LinkedIn automation and that outreach. Now, I get it. There's a gazillion automation platforms out there. What makes us different? It's probably the same stuff, right? It does all the same things at the end of the day, but you're working with me instead of somebody else, right? That's it at the end of the day. But with our platform, what you're going to do is really make that process a lot easier from the connection point of view. So when you start sending those connection requests and people then start accepting those connection requests, we can then have the automation in place to then look at going, what do we need to do next? Now, I'm going to stop here for a moment because this is where there's usually two forks in the road for so many people. Okay, usually what happens is they will utilize an automation tool, someone will accept, and then they just spam out crappy messages all the time. We've all been on the receiving end of those ones. We don't want to replicate that in our own businesses, right? And then there's the other side of the fence where you're absolutely petrified because you've had the experience of being on the back end of sending out spammy messages and you don't want to have that. So then you go, that's it, I'm not going to do any automation. What I want to introduce you is a new path, a new fork in the road, which I want you to be thinking about just smarter ways to automate, okay? Because remember, the whole goal of LinkedIn isn't to get somebody to go connect and then throw their credit card and cash at you going, buy my stuff. Of course, we would love that to happen, but the reality is that's not what's going to happen. What we want to do here is build a quality, meaningful connection with somebody with the intention that we will do business at some point in the future, whether that's next week, next month, or next year. We want to build that quality, business-focused, outcome-focused relationship. And ultimately, we want to prove that we can help them by actually helping them. So let's bring this back into it now. We've used Sales Navigator. We've used our LinkedIn automation platform, Chat to Clients. We've sent the connection request. About 30, 40%, 20%, whatever the target audience is for you, you're going to get an acceptance rate. So all of those people are coming through. So now what? Okay. What I want you to think about here is, what can we do with this information? We've spent money on acquiring this LinkedIn connection. How do we now extrapolate that presence outside of LinkedIn so we start getting a bit more of an omni-channel presence, okay, from that side. So this is where some technology comes in. So the platform that we really like to use, and there's a link there if you're going to check out Apollo, use my affiliate link. I love buying things with affiliate money, the $10 that we get. So use platforms like Apollo. There's, once again, a gazillion of these out there. We use Apollo to enrich that data. So what do I mean by enrich the data? So you've got a little bit of information from Sales Navigator. By loading that up into Apollo, what we're then able to do is extrapolate that information, okay? So we've got their name, we've got their email, we can potentially get their phone number, their physical address, more indicators about the business, the industries that they're in, the revenue count, the employee count, what software they're using, overlay buying signals, all of these little bits and pieces. You could do a cold email outreach via the Apollo platform as well, if you choose to do that as well. But we're really looking to enrich that data so that when we do the next step, which is then adding that data into our CRM. Now, I'm not saying go and spam them out onto your newsletter, but add them into your CRM so you can track that information. You're going to have as much up-to-date information around that contact, that connection that you need to have as possible. And then the next step that we want to do, so we've accepted the connection, we've enriched the data, we've brought them into the CRM, we now want to go and add them to our paid media audiences for remarketing. So once again, whether that's a LinkedIn paid media audience, a meta audience for Facebook and Instagram, Google Analytics, any of those types of audience triggers that you might set up in your business. This is a critical step here because this is going to help you, once again, build that omnipresence. Imagine connecting with somebody on LinkedIn and then you're following them around the internet on Facebook and Instagram and Google and all of that. This is why our clients that implement this process go, it's so funny. We're just reaching out to connect with people on LinkedIn. And when we start speaking to them, they're telling us that they're seeing us everywhere. It's because of this type of process, right? So you can see how we've gone here. We've taken just a Sales Navigator search. We've sent the connection request. They've accepted, and then we've just rolled out these other couple of things, enriched it, added them to the CRM, added them to our paid media audiences. So what do we want to do from there? Well, the next step that we want to do is, you guessed it, we want to continue to follow up with them via the LinkedIn channel, okay? So they've connected, maybe 3 days later, we send them a thanks for connecting message. Maybe we include a video, something of value, a talking point, whatever that might be. Then from there on, we continue the nurture. So we might send another message, maybe 7 days down the track, 10 days down the track, and then a long-term nurture cycle of maybe once every sort of 21 to 30 days, whatever that sort of looks like for you. Remember, the goal here isn't to annoy people. It's to add value. It's to offer opportunity for them to engage with you. And you've got to be thinking of your mindset. If you truly do believe that what you bring, what you deliver in the marketplace is of value, then we've got to go out of our way to speak to our target audience and give them an opportunity to actually know who we are and then engage with us if they choose to, right? If we're not going out of our way to get in front of these people, then we're really being selfish and we're not really serious about growing our business. We just need to be in the game, and messaging on LinkedIn is part of being in the game. It's about doing it right, doing it well, and ensuring that we have a really good conversion rate into conversations, which we'll talk about shortly. Now, you might be wondering, okay, well, we put that data into our CRM as well. Well, what do we do here? So what we can see here, it's the same type of flow. Now, I want to be clear here. I'm not saying add them to your CRM and then go start spamming them. You're going to get in all worlds of hurt, right? If you go and do that. Legislation, spamming, all of that stuff that nobody likes to deal with, you're going to get into a world of hurt. But what I do recommend is doing some type of transitional email. So this is an email where you might, once again, wait 3 days, 5 days after they've accepted the connection request, shoot them a one-time email, which might be, hey, Jill, it's John Bellamy here. Listen, we recently connected on LinkedIn, hyperlink your LinkedIn profile. I just wanted to reach out by email. Hope that's cool. Just to formally introduce myself and share a couple of things whereby we may be able to offer some assistance for you. You might find this case study of value or a quick video training here or this resource of value. Anyway, I hope that's cool. Let me know if you've got any questions. And if you don't want to receive this email, just let me know, click unsubscribe, and we won't bother you again. Now, If they then do engage in that email, click a link, subscribe to something, reply, whatever it is, then go and continue them on the sequence with your nurturing and all of that type of process that you'll be doing there. Once again, we can help you out with all of that stuff, which is cool. So we've got the connections going through LinkedIn, the follow-up campaigns going through that. We've got the people coming into the database. We're touching them with the database. Well, what about these ads from here as well? So the retargeting ads, this is where you might have your brand awareness style ads. Maybe it's a video of you talking about maybe stuff exactly what we're talking about now. It could be an offer. It might be to join your subscriber list, to come to a workshop, download your free white paper, whatever that might be doing. But we want to start to build that omnipresence and get our messages and our brand in front of those newfound LinkedIn connections. So that's where the retargeting. So now we've got the triple threat. We've got the connected on LinkedIn. We've got the email in the CRM. Now we're following them around from a paid media perspective as well. So this is where you're really expanding out that reach. So what happens from here? Well, we continue to message, nurture, educate, do all of those wonderful things like I'm doing with you all right now. And ultimately, then the goal is to, how do we develop what I like to call just the two-way conversation? How do I get them to start engaging in our content and or going to our website, a landing page, a blog, an article, whatever that might be, and digesting more information, video series, white papers, all of those things. Like, how do we get them to visit a page and then ultimately complete like a form fill from that perspective, and takes them further into the pipeline from that side. So if we can, through our messaging, do one of these two things, develop a two-way conversation where you can start messaging back and forth, email back and forth, SMS back and forth, whatever that looks like, or get them to land on a website that you own and get them to fill out a form. Happy days, we are there. And then finally, the next step is ultimately the gold. How do we get them to book an appointment with us so that we can understand what their problems and challenges are and just see if we can help them to buy our solutions. So guys, that is it. That's the process. If you're looking to sell more high ticket with cold outreach, then this is a process that I highly encourage you to test out in your own business. Once again, our clients, they're typically, selling things for $5,000, $10,000, $15,000, $40,000 plus. From that side, it works really, really well. If you would like to have a conversation about how you can deploy this specifically into your business, then I am here as well. Just, comment on this video, drop me a line below, whatever it is, and we can have a chat. And like I said, if you wanted to check out Apollo, there's an affiliate link with this video as well, if you want to just go and do it yourself from that aspect. It's John Bellamy here. Once again, trust you found that of value. Let me know if you got any questions, and we'll be back in contact with you again real soon.